team just running manual early. Sit in that chair.
Pleasant good morning to the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis, to the regional and international diaspora. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Island Tea. It is another Friday, the start of a long weekend. We know Monday is our second holiday in the month of May. It's just about 8 minutes after the hour of 8. Just to remind you, we're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40. We are on Facebook as well as YouTube. And if you are listening or you can get us on your radio, we are at your FM dial at 98.9 FM. Just to remind you, if you wish to join in on the conversation or bring something pressing to the fore, our local number is 466-0989. In the U.S., 1-305-921-4619 or 1-718-285-6984. In the U.K., 0333-440-065. We know it's almost 12 in the UK. So for those of you listening there, enjoy your lunch, and we wish you all the best for the weekend. Biff, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Hortensia. I am blessed, highly favored, and giving thanks. What about you, my dear?
Trying to be better than yesterday. Outside is hot, hot, hot. We should start singing the song, but not really. Yeah.
But how come I'm not feeling it in here, Hortensia?
I don't know. I guess because I had to take a cool walk down this morning because, of course, my keys is locked in my car. So, yeah.
So thou shalt not lock thy keys in thy
car. Oh, boy. Yeah. What a day. What a day to start the long weekend.
Yes, a lovely, lovely day. And I think we should start by encouraging, admonishing, urging, beseeching drivers to be extremely careful.
I thought about that. If you're going to drink and drive this festive weekend, have a designated driver.
And the Green Valley Festival is on. I think they're having Juve, is it tomorrow?
Okay.
And they normally have their parade on Monday.
Okay.
So
Monday they have a lot of things going on because there's a big fete over at Carambola, which is breaking dawn. That starts from since the a.m. until about 1.
4 o'clock or
yeah, so I guess it gives them enough time to finish up over there. And if you have the stamina after drinking your Red Bull and whatever else keeps you afloat, you head on over to Keon to enjoy the festival.
Have you ever been to a breaking dawn?
No, I break the dawn when I get up to go exercise.
Oh, well, I've been to quite a few in my bed.
Oh, exactly. Exactly my point. No, to each his own. And this is installation number 9, so something is good over there.
Yes, yes. I always told myself I'll go. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the 23 resolutions for the new year.
Okay.
I have to break.
So you going on Monday?
Oh, no, not at
all.
Oh, not
boy,
this
you're going to be breaking down in your bed again?
In my bed again.
Oh, boy. Well, I'll be breaking down because I'll get up to exercise. But no, that's not my cup of tea, but to each his own. It's well attended. I look forward to seeing the styles and the pictures thereafter and the fashion that the ladies put out, especially because, the ladies always go all out. So, yeah. But no, I've never been.
And maybe if I had trance, I would have made it.
Okay.
But to get up, I'm not going to be bothering people. Hey, you're going, and come pick me up 3:30, 4 o'clock, whenever. Mm-hmm. And then again, most persons, they don't go, they go for the last set. So some people might be going over there 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock anyway, missing the first few hours.
Fair enough. You get a good sleep.
Mm-hmm. I remember when we used to have house parties. Mm-hmm. When they tell you have a house party starting at 8 once ago here in the Federation, if you reach 8:30, you miss a lot of action. And you used to finish sometime 12, sometime 1, 2. But these days you have party, no matter when it starts, people going 12 o'clock anyway.
Oh, boy. Yeah, because sometimes at the start you get more things. So I guess they'll always be the early bird. They'll always be the one person who goes and do what is needed to be done. So, yeah.
Definitely. But yesterday I read an article about the place getting warm, sea levels and temperatures. And
I heard the El Nino. Because I was even looking at the clouds yesterday evening, and you saw how they were looking? Like fold over. They look like rain clouds. But then I eventually saw that the field that's close to us was burning. Excuse me. So I thought that could have been a factor, but then that wasn't the case because the rain started falling eventually. I crept into bed, and the next time I caught myself, it was after 7. So,
you enjoyed it.
I love rain.
And the place was looking a little overcast yesterday, but somehow the rain didn't come. I don't know if El Nino stopped it.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't have that rain, and that has been the case in Sandy Point as well.
Because it was looking a bit, how should I say, when the Sahara dust is around, it was looking a bit like that as well. But then I remember hearing you on Island T in the morning talking about the El Nino situation. Because when I can tune in, I try to tune in. I may not be able be there for the entirety of the program, but I do get to hear bits and pieces here and there.
And I thank you very much for that. And of course, Burl said to big you up, and Jamster said to big you up as well. Good morning, Jamster. How you doing, my boy? Everything okay?
Oh, morning, Jamster.
He told me, make sure you big up. Well, he sent the message, please big up for me. And I wondered, big up who? And then he said, he sent back and said, Hortensia, eventually, so.
Aw.
And of course, thank you for listening when Island Tea when you're off. I hope I do justice to when you're here, or even come close to.
Aw.
And so no doubt when you're reading out your list, you have to do you include your list, your name when you're bigging up those persons who listen, Gwyneth's and Cleo's, and so would you include your name because you listen when you're off?
No.
Oh, just checking.
No, because I'm off for a good cause. Oh, and now you mentioned Gwyneth. We were supposed to make the correction because I felt in my spirit that that wasn't the right name.
Which right name that is?
The Liz Truss, the Prime Minister that didn't last long.
Oh, yes,
Remember
yes,
we
yes,
used
yes.
another name, and I'm thinking, no, I don't think that's the correct name in my spirit, but I didn't get to check because, sometimes we start and then it's one thing after the other, one thing after the other. So I would like to make that correction that it was Liz Truss, and I think we had said Theresa May.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's Liz Truss, okay? You're correcting. And Granny, thank you for always listening. Cleo as well. I have to keep my little list here to big up everyone. So we have Skeeter Mills, good morning. Schneid, good morning. Sharon, Yolanda, Jermaine, Kevin, Brian, Levy, Diana H, and Diana L, good morning. Brent, Elder, Jam Dong, Dumpling, good morning. Dave Livingstone, Chef, Michi, Colin, good morning. KM, good morning. And Annette Frank, good morning. Eric Duport, good morning. Roberto Chapman, good morning. Glenna Duport, good morning. Linda Williams, good morning. Miss Margaret, good morning. Mr. and Mrs. Isaac, good morning. Fidel Boxer, Edith Bradley, good morning. Tyrone over there in Anguilla, good morning. Trent, how are you keeping? Good morning. Jowly, good morning. Shine Millions, good morning. Sherman Wilkin, a good morning. Tessa, Caroline, and Mario over there in Nevis, and to everyone else who listens to us in Nevis. Good morning, Burl, good morning. Mr. Welcome, good morning. Rusty, Calvin Burke, my mom, Miss Nisbet Richards, Miss White, Dennis and Javon and NY, Beatrice Richardson, Gavin Fritz, Mr. McMahon, Carla Astafan, Miss Henry, good morning. And to all who listen, whose names I don't have, you can send your name and I can pick you up too. So good morning. So there goes the list.
Yes, good morning. And well, Burl called me. I was in conversation with Burl early this morning and said, hey, make sure tell Cartensia big up the people because they like to hear when they big up, eh? so Burl, and she called your name to a Burl.
Of course. I didn't get the opportunity to meet Burl in person. He was here with Azad back in the day in studio, but I never got the chance to meet him in person. I think as well I had to be at work as well.
Well,
so
we'll get the chance. No doubt when he comes down, I think he'll come into the studio looking for us. And who knows, he may invite us. Well, he extended an invitation for me to go on over and tour Nevis.
Yeah.
And he will cover that. I haven't gotten around to that. I haven't picked a date as yet, Bull. But I promise I will do it sometime. Who knows, maybe for the Mango Festival, I don't know. And maybe find some dwelling house or something up there because I suspect by now all the rentals and hotels are full to capacity for the Mango Festival, which has been going for the last couple of years, getting more and more exciting and massive. So congratulations to the committee there.
Mango Festival, then right after Mango Festival, it's time for Culturama. So they have a lot of celebrations. Oh
yes, we have a music festival, then
Mango
the
Festival, then Culturama.
The cultural festival, Culturama, yes.
Yeah. Have a lot of holidays, boy. But we don't have any holidays next month, do we?
No.
I don't think we have any. Yeah, we had 2 this month, so let's be grateful and let's work next month. I know everybody's looking forward to Monday, and we are looking forward to seeing you all at work on Tuesday. So, yeah.
Sometimes the WIT, which is the holiday coming Monday, that falls in June.
Yes. I know it to fall in June. That's why it surprised me that it fell in May this year.
Well, I think it's a religious holiday based on the Easter.
The Lenten season.
Yeah, and the Lenten. Yeah. So when that moves up, because sometimes Easter is up in March as well, and sometimes it moves back, etc.
Yeah, because growing up, you're accustomed to hearing it's in April because, we're thinking, boy, Jesus died, Jesus rose. That's why it always baffled me that when I moved to St. Kitts, I see Kittitians flying kite on Friday. And Friday, is normally the solemn day where I'm from. And then from Sunday, you start with your kite because Jesus rose. So you could go wherever, do your kite Monday, kite again. Yeah, so that's how I remembered it. Okay.
Well, ever since I've known myself, we've been flying kite on Good Friday. And normally, the breeze is strong for the whole week. But when it comes Good Friday,
It's the strongest?
No, man.
So then why, that's my thing. That's why Good Friday should be the solemn day, because we know the Lord is dead. Well, he ain't dead no more. But that was the day he died, and yeah, so as I said, we stay inside, we eat with cross buns. Listen.
Cross what?
Hot cross buns. You don't know cross buns?
No.
Yes, you know cross buns. They do it up here. I was actually surprised to see they do it up
I know
here.
conky. We do conky.
No, you know, cross buns, the sweet buns with raisins and red cherries, and then they have the crust that they put at the top.
Well,
Biff, never? Have you? There's plenty. I even was surprised to see you could get it from Island Bakeries as well.
okay.
Plug for Island Bakeries, yes.
And I thank them because they sponsor our sports
Yeah.
program.
I was surprised. I was like, what? So I was excited because that's something we do in Ghana religiously. Our hot cross buns with cheese. I think the Jamaicans do it too. I'm not too sure about the Trini, so I can't say about them. But I know a majority of the Caribbean islands because I want to... it's something that came, I think, from the UK. And we just kept it going. But it's a flavorful bun. You should try it sometime.
I definitely have. I have to try it, Cartens, yeah.
Yeah, and Island Bakery, since you sponsors Troy program, make sure Troy have a taste of this bun, man. Troy have to speak highly of this bun.
Definitely, I got to do that.
And at the half hour of 8, we will be having John in studio. But as we say, we're Island tea, so the tea has to be hot. I see yesterday, I guess criminals should know this is not a place to come and hide because they will find you and they will get you to where you belongs. So there's a little article here I'm going to read, and it's from What's Happening in St. Kitts. I saw it on various other media, but this is the one I have in front of me right now. Media outlets. This is the one I have in front of me right now. So here goes. The headline reads, Wanted Jamaicans Captured in St. Kitts. It says the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, working alongside the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force, has successfully apprehended 2 Jamaican fugitives wanted for serious violent crimes. Kimar Matthews and Siobhan Brown were captured during separate joint operations carried out on May 18th and May 20th, 2026. Both men were wanted by Jamaican authorities for murder, oh my boy, and wounding with intent. By 1 p.m. on Wednesday, May 21st, 2026, both fugitives have been repatriated to Jamaica to face justice. The successful operations highlight the continued collaboration between regional law enforcement agency in maintaining public safety and security.
And capturing 2 Jamaicans after
We receive one, or after we receive 2
Jamaicans and...
Oh, so I don't think so. I don't think so, though.
You don't think what?
I don't, because how it makes me think in my mind like, are these the 2 that just came? I don't think so.
No. But this lends itself, Cartensia,
Yeah.
to about 23 questions. One, how did they get into St. Kitts? Well, they were found in St. Kitts, so not the Federation. Well, yes, the Federation, but St. Kitts particular. How did they get in? Did they come by plane? Did they come by sea? Legally, that is, did they come to our legal ports or were they smuggled in? How long have they been here?
Yeah.
3, since they've been here, how have they been surviving? How they've been eating, sleeping, bathing? 4, was anybody assisting, aiding and abetting, according to the law, while they were here in St. Kitts? These are questions, and I can't blame anyone for not feeling so safe, because if they are going to come in, and I saw the pictures, Cartensia, one of them looks so innocent. Why? One look a kind of way that you say, okay, maybe it's he, but the other one looks so...
I ain't gonna judge nobody. I leave that for Jesus. I do enough for my own.
But the question is, if these 2 can come in, and how long they spend here, and I expect the police to come out and give these things.
Give the information that we need.
If not, at a press conference, whether the Prime Minister's round table, his monthly press conference, or maybe the police may have a press conference, I expect these issues to be addressed. And I also expect the 27 questions from the persons, the 3 persons who came in to be answered as well, which we wondered where they're going to stay. After processing them, what happened? Does a sponsor have to be there to meet them? Because I'm still confused I'm trying to get some answers still.
So you're trying to figure out how is it,
When they-
if they landed, how they made it past immigration and customs
And,
without being
yes.
detected.
Well, so I'm
So one
assuming-
have to wonder, as you rightly said, what means did they use to get in here? Did they come legally via the airport or via the seaport, or did they just make their own port and get in?
I am inclined to think that that is what happened.
Or the last one?
Yes, not coming to the ports legally, because if they do come to our ports legally, it shows a serious indictment on our systems.
But if the regional, well, everybody in CARICOM is sharing
Yes.
intelligence when it comes to people that are indifferent, because that's what I call them, indifferent. So if they would have come through legal, let's say the airport, then once their passport would have been swiped, I think something would have alerted the authorities. These are people that shouldn't be here.
And we're still trying to get national security to talk to us and explain to the general public about passports and these sort of things.
Yeah.
Because once persons are wanted, I think one of the first things you'll have to consider is that they left the island.
Yeah.
Jamaica, no matter the size.
And the fact that these were wanted, which airport they're gonna leave in Jamaica not get caught unless somebody's helping them?
To attention, go to the head of the class.
Oh boy.
That's just an excellent question.
Yeah.
So, could it have been that they left Jamaica before the wanted bulletin went out? Because if they left after, then
They would not. If it was out when they were attempting to depart, I don't think they could have made it out, because
okay, so is that
something screams in the system to say wanted.
which indicates that we have improvements to make, a lot of improvements internally and otherwise
Yeah.
throughout the CARICOM,
Yeah.
and it's,
More collaboration.
sharing that information.
Yeah. But I'm happy that they were apprehended safely and they're making their way back home to face just justice, let's hope, because a lot is happening in Jamaica. I watched some, and you see, oh gosh, I'm not going to say that part out loud because that's something I've been battling with since I was a child of 5. I watched a police spray a young lady, oh my gosh, directly in her eyes yesterday with a mace in
Spray.
Jamaica. Like, it's crazy. Every time I turn on the news, police and civilians are at it in various provinces in Jamaica. Always. Like, I saw a video, and I'm not talking about anybody's country, where they were in maybe a fight with 2 indifferent young men. They died, young men died, but the way they hoisted their bodies like bag of potato or flour, and I'm gonna use the word dash it in the back of the pickup truck. Not even Troy, you know. Dash it in the back of
Like
the
a bag
pickup
of
truck.
potatoes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, they're dead already. Can we do this properly?
Well,
Can we have some empathy? I'm not saying be punk police or easy police, but can we treat
yeah,
people
respect,
properly?
with respect,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're already gone. They're deceased. No life there.
and the thing about it, Cartencia, I saw a video, and a caller called in yesterday and spoke about, I think it was actually Cleo, was it? But I saw a video last night where you're looking at a scene, everything seems quiet. Nothing is happening, no rush. It's just quiet, like somebody waiting for something, expecting somebody. A vehicle tried to take off, and a police just shoots the driver.
What?
Well, I shouldn't say that. Let me take back that. My apologies. Somebody dressed in a police uniform. Just shoots
Oh,
the
so you can't. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna
Well,
assume
there
that.
were a few others around dressed like that, so I really assume. And the police vehicle came in the end.
Yeah.
It's just the driver, and not to say the driver hustling off, just easing
Yeah.
out. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what's the rationale, what's the thinking. And the next thing too, I see in Jamaica too, a lot. I don't know if you've noticed recently, the beach is becoming a problem for the locals. Like, there is a famous tourist site, 3 young ladies. The ladies look proper. I'm not saying all ladies don't look proper, but these ladies look like they have white collar jobs. They just wanted the exercise. Now they're going to swim, and they tell them they can't go in there. So the lady was asking if the watering hole, I will call it, is now only for persons from the US, Canada, and Europe. What happened to the local Jamaicans? And I see they were trying to, hotel was trying to encompass a next beach that's on the side. And people already say if when they want to go pedal their trade, they can't go on the beach. They have to go in on canoes or stuff to ply their trade to the persons that are on the beach, because there's no access for them to get on that beach. So there's a lot happening over there. So we pray for our CARICOM sister, Jamaica, or brother, whichever one they want to take on. I think they might more prefer brother because they match over there. Yes.
I don't know. And the police, they're there to do a job, and we have to feel comfortable with the police. And I recall a few programs back when somebody said, even if how the traffic treats persons may impact, I should say, will impact how the populace help the police, treat the police, or lack of thereof when it comes to serious crime.
Yeah. And I think that's why, too, that a lot of people see and don't want to communicate because they know how the police go. They probably feel the police are not going to exercise decorum or, a little... I don't want them to be too empathetic. But just remember, you're human, they're human. When you're not dressed up in that blue and black or the gray and black or whatever color police uniform your island have, you're a human being. Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with John.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on WinFM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on WinFM 98.9.
Carpets and tiles, it's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC, home and building depot. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC, home and building depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC, home and building depot. Vroom, 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 vroom. Old fast, bright, smart. This is your start. Big deal, nice wheels. Just my ride. No wait, no hassle. Just right. I saw it, I owned it quick like that. National bag. Got me on track. Now I'm rolling free. No free spread. Keys in my hand. I feel blessed.
With Vroom, you pay $0 down. Get low rates and fast approval. Apply today at any National Bank branch or online at www.sknanb.com. Vroom, your used car loan from National Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your start.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Heritage Matters on Win Media SKN 98.9. Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you.
And we're back on Island T, just about 34 minutes after the hour of 8. And as promised, we have in studio with us John. John, good morning. It's been a while. How are you keeping?
Fine, thank you very much indeed.
And I have a pressing question that I want to ask. Are you relocated, settled, up and running again?
Oh, it'll take a longer time to get up and running.
Oh, okay.
But we've been allocated certain spots,
Okay.
Which we're trying to navigate.
Okay.
How to develop, well, how to continue what we've been doing for 2 decades.
Okay. Good
Plus.
stuff. All right.
So, but I'll discuss that a little bit later on.
Okay,
because
no problem.
I have a couple of things, making notes again, so we have
Okay.
a thing. This week, the concept I worked on all the time is to have a little commentary. People use that word a lot, but commentary is my own personal impression on things that's happening in the Federation, mainly culturally and tourism that I'm involved in. Sort of reflection a little bit of myself, my own personality. And in saying that, a couple of important things I think we should show respect and to talk about for a little while, and that's the passing of Dennis Richards.
Yeah. Sympathies to his family.
Yeah. I knew Dennis through the culture, the music, and always fascinated with his work, his vision and his actual output. His output was tremendous. In small ways that people didn't see. I mean, logotypes and things like that he was famous for. And in fact, yesterday I was looking at the one that he did for Central Bank. Really nice work. Beautiful, really beautiful work. And that'll probably be his lasting legacy.
Yeah.
Another type of work which he did as well, he took old photographs of like 1905, 1906 of St. Kitts, the banks and the square and the circus, and painted those over again. And those are very, very good.
Yeah.
And of course his contribution to Carifesta when it was here.
Yes.
And I think it's worth, mentioning. Let his spirit rest in peace, Richard.
Yeah.
Or Dennis, as we call him.
I think Biff had a whole piece on him yesterday.
Oh, you did?
On the
That's
program. Yeah, I wasn't here yesterday. I had to be other places, but yeah, Biff did a whole... when I heard it, I was shocked. Because I think the last time I saw him, maybe it was 2 months back, and he was still looking like he was doing good. And then someone told me the last time they saw him, he was coming from a funeral in Nevis.
Oh, in Nevis.
Yeah.
I've known him for a while. I did notice a little bit, but I'm very sad.
Indeed.
And then there's Ellie Matt, since I was
Yes.
here last time. Ellie Matt has passed too, as we all know. Another amazing cultural contribution to St. Kitts and Nevis, which will last a long time. Unfortunately, we in St. Kitts only recognise goodness when we don't have it anymore.
I think it's just us. I think it's people in general.
Yeah, there's a song
Never
you
miss
don't
the
know what
water
it's
till
got
the well.
till it's gone.
Yeah, we never miss the water till the well runs dry, as we hear coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a bit of, I think it's a bit of reflection on our own selves, our own insecurities that we taught from we were children. But it's a shame because there's certain people who spend their lives wanting to be noticed, not because they want to be noticed, but because they have something to say.
Yeah.
And it'd be really nice if they could say it in physical, real terms. But their spirit lives on, and their spirit is often louder than the voices they have when they're alive.
Yeah.
Since we've been here also, the Michael Jackson movie came out, and he's breaking all world records with his streaming and everything. He's bigger now
He's gone.
than he's gone.
Wow.
I mean, the people who are 30 years old are loving Michael Jackson. Even when you're 30, I mean, you don't really know Michael Jackson at the age of 30.
Yeah.
So he's been gone quite a while.
Yeah, because he too has left a legacy. You see everybody moonwalk still? Like that. That's
exactly.
one dance move that will never go out of style.
And he's going to get even bigger.
Yeah.
And then we lost that young man in Collision Band.
Yeah, that's a next national icon too.
So creatively, we've lost a lot of creators here in St.
That's
Kitts
at least
Nevis.
3.
Yeah. And I think we have to spend some time and meditate a little bit and find out what's really going on creatively in our country. We've got, they talk about the new cultural centre, which I was happy to see the other day. I went hiking up the hills there, and I was happy to see that the land was marked out, and there was a serious plaque on the erected to say the name of the place. I'll talk about in a moment. The contractors, the vision, even photographs.
Okay.
We saw nothing like that for Friars Bay people. So it is a serious thing. I wish them all the best, and I think it will happen because the things they've put in place gives all signs that this thing is going to go through to the end.
Okay.
The only criticism I have at the moment, there'll be much more later, I'm sure, but is that the name strikes me, and I want to say that publicly because I'd like to have that debate or discussion later on. It's called Prime Cultural something Art Center.
Prime?
Prime, yeah. Okay. And when I looked, the word Prime is the name of the developer. Prime Development. So I asked myself, why would Culture Center of St. Kitts Nevis have the name of the developer in its name? Are we going to go to Prime, or are we going to go to the Culture Center? And I think that has been thought through very well. And the developer, from how I see it, and please tell me if I'm wrong, they're getting more benefits from promotion by putting their name in the name of the building.
But because this will be the first center, maybe that's why they name it. You didn't you didn't think the meaning of the word could have been, because prime is the meaning of first importance, the main one,
well, That's not very creative. Oh. Sorry,
but it's the first one, John.
It's not very creative.
Like the ultimate one. We never had one before, so it's our first one.
Are there going to be more?
So maybe they should have named it Premier, and then we'll say no, they name it like the Premier for Nevis.
We'll leave that. We'll leave the politics for a moment. But no, I mean, is it going to be called Prime? Prime Art Center? I'm going to a concert at Prime Art Center. No, you're going to a concert at the Art Center. St. Kitts Nevis Art Center. That's not Prime.
Okay,
It's not a very good, message when it comes to advertising and branding. Prime, it's a bit, somebody is pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. And I would like the people in charge to really think about that, the naming. And I see it's officially called Prime Cultural and Arts Center or something.
Okay.
No, you can't call it Prime. It doesn't ring good when you want to talk in OECS cultural departments and everything else. St. Kitts and Nevis Art Center.
Yeah.
Not Prime. It's like TDC Art Center. I mean, Horsford's Art Center. No, it's not. It's culture is something different. It's got to be non-partisan. It's got to be, you don't even put the names of the donors there on small print somewhere. Not up there in the top of it. So that's what I saw.
Well, maybe they'll hear you now and they'll say, "Oh, wow, we didn't think of it that way. We just thought the meaning of prime, and we just put it there." But maybe after this they'll think, and maybe you'll see a new name when it does open.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. That's my take on that. And then there is the tourism aspect. The South Friars stuff that's gone on. As some people know, that I'm involved with Godfather Beach Bar and the others that were there. It's been tiring, I've had myself been part of that tiresome process. But I think a good resolution has been formed. But there are doubts. For me, the environmental issues are still there. The turtles, the deer, I see deer there, the migratory birds, the pond, the reef. I'm yet to see or hear anybody's view on what they're going to do over there. It's going to be the villas or whatever. I think nothing should be there anyway.
Okay.
As I said before many times, you do not put... The Piton don't have a building in front of it when you see it, and Yellowstone Park don't have a resort in front of it. So our view up in our $1 million view, at least 1 million eyes see that view every year, should be completely free, and that's possible. Let's see what happens now with Friars Bay. I was at Banana Bay yesterday, and Banana Bay was one of our nicest beaches. It's not accessible anymore at all to people. You have to go through Park Hyatt, and I have a job, and I'm working there, and I was looking okay, I was looking casual, and as I got through the reception, one of the porters there come pushing up to me, and I kind of give him why don't look at me, boy, kind of stuff. I had to give him that and ignore him completely, because I was wearing a cap. It was middle of the day. Had my sunshades on. It's parked my car, and I'm going to my meeting. But the thing I got from that is that he's given a job to do, and that job is to be a security of the place. But just imagine if I was wanting to go to the beach. It's the only way to get to the beach there. And I was, as a local, and somebody confronted me like that, doing their job, which I expect. I'd be completely thrown. And many people have had that same experience going through the property. So that should not have happened, even though it did happen. It should not have happened. Okay. And people say, well, progress, people say development, people say foreign exchange, jobs and all these things. But come on, there's certain things that, we're a small island, 69 square miles of it. We have limited resources, which is one of our resources, people, is our land. That's a resource. Resource is not just oil and minerals and whatever. It's your land. It's water, the aquifer. That's our resources, and we have to protect all that at all costs. Not for quick money coming from some developer or some IMF ruling that we need to diversify or whatever. We have to be. It's ours. We weren't here from birth. We didn't come from Africa. We came from Africa, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. But we're African people, and we've been here for. My great grandmother, she was Congo woman for sure, 100%. My grandmother, she's an African woman, 100%, and we are. And if we can't sort of deny that fact, we're here, we're thrown here. We've worked hard, blood, sweat, and tears, and we've inherited. It's just like we've won lottery. We won the lottery. Caribbean people, we've won the lottery. We're in one of the most desirable places on the planet, for sure. There are places in the world who have palm trees, who have beaches, who have fruit, but their weather is humid and it's sticky. We have those things, but we have this constant breeze.
I was just going to say our cool breeze.
We have this cool breeze where we have 30 degrees all year round, which is like perfect. We have fresh running water. We have everything here. We and our people don't realize, especially on St. Kitts, we've blessed. God has blessed us, and we have to protect that because the people are going to come and take it away from us.
But this beach seems to be an issue around the Caribbean, because I don't know if you've been following in Jamaica, what's been happening. St. Lucia as well, where a couple came back, they got married on the beach, and they were surprised that they couldn't get back on the beach, but eventually they did make it back to the beach because some of the St. Lucians threw down the barrier that they... But how can you put a barrier all the way down to the beach? You put the barrier where your construction site ends, not all the way down to the beach.
Why are they constructing there in the first place?
To get investors and to sell prime land, especially when it comes to hotel, I think them incorporating the beach is what makes the sale sweeter.
Absolutely. It's a sweet point when you go to the bank and you show a picture of the beach. When you go to a management company, whether it's a Marriott or Hilton or whoever who's going to manage your property, it just looks better. But at the end of the day, if you have 400 rooms sold out in Marriott, okay, there's only 20 people on the beach. 20 people on the beach. I know that from myself. I'm not exaggerating. I've lived next door. I've ran and walked. There are very few people. There are more people, local people trying to do body rub for visitors than visitors on the beach.
But they have some guests that want the exclusivity of just being on the beach by themselves. But then the others go search out the other beach that has locals and have other
Absolutely,
things. Yeah, because you see, they walk from there and they end up over on Frigate Bay, or they end up on Fry's Bay, or they end up somewhere else. Because in a recent video that I saw on Facebook, I think it was Marisha, where the tourists went down to look for shipwreck, and to their surprise, nothing's there.
I mean, when I travel, and I do a bit of that, and I go to you in the Caribbean, it doesn't matter. You book in your hotel, you go upstairs, you get your room, you open the curtains, and you look and you say, okay, the beach, that's nice. And you take a picture. Oh, here's where I am to your family and friends, and say, look, it's really nice, I'm here. Lucky me. And you show that, and then you close the window, and that's it. You don't see the beach anymore again.
Yeah.
So why are we selling ourselves on the misnomer that beach is important for hotel development? It really is not. It is not. Most of our business that we have in St. Kitts at the moment, as far as tourism is concerned, in the hotel, is weddings and this business for bringing companies to, good salesmen of American conglomerate.
Okay, incentive trips.
Incentive traveling.
Okay.
They come down. That's where the money really is. There's a lot of money involved in that. And those people, they don't have time to go on the beach. They're on the beach. I mean, right now...
Yeah, because most times the itinerary is planned.
It is planned, and it's planned somewhere else. So we're selling ourselves to something that somebody is using us again. And if we continue along this road, we're going to find ourselves as Caribbean people. Then there's another element, I think, what's going on internationally, is that there is the people... Okay, our parents are going, they're leaving. The new ones... The ones who are like 40, 50 years old now, they understand the value of places like St. Kitts. Their parents didn't. They were extracting,
Yeah.
Now, these new ones, they want to be included.
Yeah.
They want to be inclusive, but on their terms. And that means that it's got to be easy for them. It's no longer, I want a all-inclusive. It's no longer that anymore. It's that I want to be alone.
Yeah.
And I want to have the beach for myself or whatever. So they want to come and buy. And there are a lot of those. The people who are buying the Caribbean are crypto people, Bitcoin people, this on steroids. We have them up in Nevis, that's them on steroids. And we have to be very, very careful because, people say it quite willy-nilly that if we will wake up one day and we'll have nothing left.
Boy. Yeah, because you see, even in Nevis, when the young man was practicing to run, minding his own business, the lady just wanted to lie across the beach, like, woman, move. The child's doing something good.
It's not just us. It's not just, somebody told me it was a Ross student, a female, and American, white American.
Oh,
and her friends told me that they were stopped on Salt Plage Beach, that's White House Bay. And the reason that they were stopped was that they wanted to make the visitors' experience as best as they could make it. That's what then for the guests. They want to make the guest experience, not a visitor, the guest experience.
So they brought guests and were taking them there?
No, is that the person who wanted them off the beach told them that they were not really allowed to be on the beach or that part of the beach because they encroached on the guest experience. So that's a kind of things that's going out that we have to maximize the guest experience, And so I think there's a lot of dynamics going on the beaches right now in the Caribbean, and we got to be very, very careful, I think, as Caribbean people.
Yeah, I felt for those ladies in Jamaica especially because, I mean, they as I was telling before, they look like white-collar ladies. They look like they have good upstanding careers. They spoke well. And as they said, the beach now only for Canadians, Europeans, and Americans. What about us, the Jamaicans? And then we see a popular hotel chain in Jamaica now. They want to go further into the rural communities. And as the people say, to ply their trade to the tourists, they have to go in on canoes and little boats, and they can't get to the access to the beach otherwise. So the people have to come down, and if they want to buy some from them, they buy it from them off the boat. Oh, boy.
we have to have some serious serious conversations, I think, about the future of our tourism product. But I was very happy to see the also announcement of the what they call it, home porting. Did you see that one?
Yeah. You're going to buy a cruise for next year?
So I can come here. Home porting.
Yeah, but
The
you
ships.
leave here
Yeah, they fly
and then you
in.
come back.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, for those of us who are going to leave from here, we don't have to fly. You understand, right? So
Yeah.
me and your book, we just walk
on.
Yeah, with our suitcase, yeah. But yeah, they're coming.
They come. Yeah, I mean they're flying in from Europe and coming here,
Yeah.
overnighting, and then jump on the boat in the morning to leave.
Yeah.
And there are figures being put out that it's going to be important to our tourism product. Yes, it will be in the same way that cruise ships coming in are important because there's a head count.
Yeah.
So it's another kind of head count coming in. But the actual spending power, I think we're going to be surprised that it's not be what we think it's going to be.
You think? Have you looked at other countries that are home port, per se Barbados, and how does their revenue look prior to when they didn't home port?
I think the revenue will increase because of the head counts. And also
the stay.
The rooms allocation,
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
So there will be an increase for sure. But don't sell that to our people to just say that we're going to benefit from that, because the people on the cruises, they are on a cruise. It's a cruise they've bought. They've not bought a Caribbean holiday. They've not bought a destination to go to St. Kitts. They bought a cruise, and we don't seem to fully understand that. People on cruise ships buy cruises.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who do you just. TDC Insurance, we're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully...
kind of, little facade of where
But
you
the
are.
cruise industry might say we have all these things on the boat just to let people understand what's on land. Because the last cruise ship I was on, I think it's a Jungle. I don't want to say the wrong name, but they had a bar with a pool and everything, and it had that kind of feel. It had leopards and all tigers and all kind of thing there.
But but it is said the tourism department, the last meeting I had went to in October last year, when they looked to the figures of the year before, apparently 74% of all cruise passengers that get off the boat, of all the people who get off the boat, 74% of them go back onto the boat by 10:30.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They go back by 10:30.
I wonder if it's because they figure they spend money, so let's go back on the boat and eat.
They're on a cruise. They are on a cruise. The highlight of your cruise was not really did you go to Godfather and frigate and fry. Tell the truth, it is. They tell me that when they come to the Godfather, it's the best they've had. So. But the highlight of their tour is, okay, who are they going to meet this evening? Which restaurant are they going to go into?
Yeah.
Which show they're going to see?
Yeah.
Are they going to play ABBA or the Bee Gees? Who's that girl I saw at the bar? Who I saw coming in. They're on a cruise. They're not. When they arrive to St. Kitts, we beat them. We beat a lot of people. When you arrive on a cruise ship in St. Lucia, oh my God. Okay, it looks nice. The town looks okay. It's mounting in front of you, right in front of you. And you go to Barbados, you arrive at an industrial estate. You come to St. Kitts and you see this beautiful place. Beautiful place. So people, I'm sure the photographs they take there are as much as the photographs that they take up on Timothy Hill.
Yeah.
So, and that is it. They see that, and that's what they want. The rest of it, okay, they might come off and they go and buy some cigars.
Yeah.
They buy, because cigars are illegal in America, Cuban, so they go and buy cigars. They're going to buy their rum, they're going to buy their fridge magnets, they're going to buy a couple of T-shirts and everything. And then they go back. But then there are a good percentage of them who have bought a tour and who get on a bike and drive around and end up to the beach. and then they decided to go to South Rise Bay, or they're going to go to Cockleshell. But it's a very small percentage of the actual people. Sometimes we have 12,000 people. We support half of our population is on 3 boats that's outside there.
Yeah.
If all those people came out, you wouldn't be able to move in town. You wouldn't be able to move anywhere.
But I think didn't we have one of those situations happen already when they said they ran out of taxis in town?
Oh, it could happen. Yeah, it could happen. I mean,
I think I heard something like that.
I mean, there is a market for that.
But then the fact that it's coming, I think they would have meeting with the key stakeholders so they can be prepared and ready for what's going to happen. My only concern would be is if it's prepared, and we know we always have to have something put aside for the rainy day if you're prepared, and then it doesn't come into fruition, but we know it's coming because they keep saying it's coming.
It's going to come.
But you understand, right?
It had to happen. One of the reasons it happened is that I've seen over the years that when I speak to the customers, I say, where were you yesterday? Or, it was they usually say, it was a sea day, they say, which means they were on the water.
On the water all day.
And where did you come from before that? They were coming direct from Miami.
Yeah.
They come from Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, so maybe 2 days at sea.
Even from England, they come, and St. Kitts is one of the first places they stop. And that's been growing and growing and growing. Usually we were at the end of the itinerary or somewhere in the middle end, or it doesn't matter because they do a circle. But now a lot of cruises are starting at St. Kitts as the first Caribbean spot. The big boat, what they call it, Icon of the Seas, the biggest. It was in New York. It started, I think, last year, and then it comes bang straight into St. Kitts. 3 days on the sea and St. Kitts, which tells you they are selling a cruise. Yeah, St. Kitts is a backdrop to their 3 days on the ship.
The shops and everything are on the cruise.
On the cruise.
So everything's on the cruise.
So I think the home porting is a good business move. It's a good move for the airlines because we'll have more people coming in with the airlines, which would be really good for them to negotiate when they're talking to British Airways and they're talking to American. Is that there are more people coming in? So it's an opportunity for us to leave our situation. It is, but please don't come and tell us that's good for us as vendors on the beach that we got, and we must invest on doing a pizza bar because there'll be more people stopping over here. That's giving us the wrong impression.
So as we wrap up, what should be the narrative that they came with? Or what should have been the correct thing that they could have said to people?
The truth.
We had this discussion day before about the truth,
The truth. The truth. Let's tell
and
the
what
truth.
is the truth?
The truth doesn't start by, I am the best, and start thumping your chest. Anybody start thumping the chest to me, they're not telling the truth.
Okay.
The truth.
Okay.
And let us, what are you hiding, come on, tell us what's really going on. It's a small community. We all went to school together. We know you when you were small. We know you when you were coming to college, and then your mother sent you to school away, and you come back. Tell us the truth now. Tell us the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a senior. Don't pull all over my eyes. Tell me the truth. Okay. And the other people want to hear the truth who don't know better.
And how hard do you think the truth is for them to convey to the populace?
The truth is very easy, but it's a game. I think they seem to think this is a game they have to play. This is what we need to play. And unfortunately, I think in St. Kitts we have our people that run the place. Let's not say their title because people will just tell me off for that.
Yeah.
The people who run the place, they run it as if we're a corporation, if it's a company, and they become when they become a minister, they become a CEO. And you don't become a CEO overnight. You don't get voted to become a CEO.
You move up the ranks.
You move up the ranks through experience, through outlook, and profits and success. And then you become a CEO. So you cannot run the country as a CEO because you're underqualified to do that. And that is evident in a lot of the deals that we come into. A lot of deals that we've inherited as people they're inexperienced deal makers because a lot of people, tell me off if you like, I'll stand up and I'll talk to you, is that, you cannot run. St. Kitts is not a company. When you're a minister, you're not a company. You're a missionary. You're more like a priest. You're a doctor. You're not a profit maker. And if you were, the money's not enough there for you so that you can wheel and deal. Yeah. Like you're working for some corporation on Wall Street. It's that's my thing.
Oh, okay. All right. So anything else to add?
Yeah, I wanted to say in the beginning, but now it's come to the end, is that it's probably fitting now in that it's a silly season now. Before it was almost, but now it is silly. And I would like to know that people will go out and vote. Okay. People vote. Okay. It's very small numbers. In some countries in Europe, 90% of the people vote, and you get fined if you don't vote. If you don't vote, you have no say. You have nothing to say about your society or community. If you don't vote, you have to vote.
But the talk here now is that they're not going to vote because what they were promised they weren't given.
Yeah, but
so
it's like,
I think voting this go around, I am hoping it won't be as what people are saying, but they're looking like they're just not going to go out.
Yeah, but that's irresponsible. It's like your child come home crying and you're not going to find out what's wrong with it.
Yeah, but they say it doesn't affect them because what they voted for last never came to fruition or isn't in fruition.
They didn't vote properly. You got to vote properly. You vote. Look, I would say to people out there, please don't call me a PAM man. Please don't call me a PLP man. Please don't call me a Labour man. I'm not. I'm a Christian. Yeah. And since I've been back in St. Kitts, I voted for everybody.
Okay. So you make an informed decision.
I make an informed decision. I voted for everybody. I voted for 3 times. I voted and I voted for everybody. Okay. And because I look at what they're saying, what the job needs to be done, and I do my civil right, exercise my civil right, and apply it. And I think we should do that. And when we all do that, if 60-70% of our people, I see figures like 200 people voting, 1,000 people vote, 1,000 people voting. Everybody go out and vote. When everybody in St. Kitts has voted, we can also, when things don't happen, we'll be down on Church Street saying, look, this is what we stand for. Yeah. We can't say that now because they didn't vote. Okay. So nobody's going to go down Church Street complaining because they have nothing to complain about.
Okay.
You didn't vote. So please, people, listen to the conversation. Get involved with the conversation, not the argument now, the conversation. And get to know the people who are being put up. Get to know their families, what they stand for, their track record, their leaning, whether they're Christians, whether they're Muslims, whatever they are, and find out what they have to say and demand for them. Tell us what you're going to do. Stop abusing. They were just abusing. He did that, he do that. So I don't hear no abusing. Just find out, what are you going to do? Okay. What do you promise us you're going to do? And if you don't do it, I tell you, we're going to come in force and we're in demand. And we need to do that. And we can do that. There's only 40,000 of us. We can do it. Yeah. And I've said to people many times, the problem is not that difficult. And the last thing I would say is that if push comes to shove in St. Kitts and Nevis, push comes to shove, every man, Jack and Tom, can go into Warner Park. The Warner Park complex could hold the whole population of St. Kitts and Nevis. And everybody can get a plate of food within 2 hours. That is the problem we have in St. Kitts. Everybody could eat. Everybody could eat in one spot, and it's manageable. Whatever we have is manageable, and we could only do it by managing ourselves.
Okay. So with that note, this is where we wrap up, and we thank John for coming in this Friday. And John, we look forward to seeing you Friday after next. I know you've been busy, so you were missing for a little while. So thank you as usual. And remember, everybody can manage yourself, and we can manage what is happening here in our federation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you could get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with Pick 3 and $10,000 with Pick 4 when you play the Mega Ball. You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball. Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over to play.
Building supplies, electrical supplies, furniture, appliances, carpets and tiles. It's the company where you can get it all. All at TDC Home and Building Depot. From lawn and garden, the TVs and stereos. All at TDC Home and Building Depot. Come on down, get what you're looking for. It's all at TDC Home and Building Depot.
National Bank branch or online at www.sknanb.com. Vroom, your used car loan from National Bank. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your start.
Your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Easter is a season of fresh starts, new plans, and moments worth celebrating. This year, crack open extra funds with a TDC Financial Services Easter loan.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who do you just. TDC Insurance, we're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing. If you need
Near St. Kitts on Main Street in Charlestown, Nevis. TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who do you just. TDC Insurance, we're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied.
TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
It's just about 60 minutes after the hour of 9, and with us in studio we have, I'm going to go formal, yes, Mr. George and Mrs. Gibson. And if they wish, they can let you know their first name. And on the sidelines, we have Dominic. Yes, he's here, y'all. He's right in here. So good morning to both of you, and welcome to the studios of winnfm and to our Island Tea program as we begin today's topic of auto insurance. Go ahead.
Good morning. I am Dorian Gibson.
All right.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Cameron George.
All right. So who's going to start first?
So I'll start us off.
All right.
Today we are here in the studios to speak to everyone a little bit about the importance of reading through your policy documents once you start up your insurance policies with us. And before anyone starts, here they go again, just coming off with a bunch of rules. That's not really the main idea of what we're trying to do today. Actually, in our policy documents, you will see that there are a lot of benefits to you as a customer. That's what we want to highlight a lot on, so that you know not only what there is for you to be mindful of, but you know what benefits that you can, let's just say, exploit to get the most out of your policy, get the most out of the money that you're spending. So we want to focus on that today, and I'm going to pass over to Dorian so that she can give you a bit more of the technical information.
Good morning again and happy Friday, everybody. At TDC Insurance, we strive to ensure that you are covered the best way that you possibly can for your need. And once you come into our office to do the business with us, you sign a proposal form. That's where our first paperwork will start, a proposal form. And on the proposal form, you have all kind of information. And the information that you should pay close attention to, especially, is the deductible section. Because you're going to be signing this document. This is your legal document to say this is the agreement between the two of us. Your policy schedule after the proposal form, it tells you, it gives you a snapshot of what you would have signed on the form. So it tells you about your type of drivers, it tells you your deductibles, it tells you your extension, it tells you if you have a comprehensive vehicle, what your value of the vehicle is. It also tells you about any special conditions that may be added to the policy. We also tell you about extensions or excess or deductibles. Your deductibles are what you are responsible for. So the document that you sign, it tells you how much you have to pay in the event of an accident, in the event that you have to make a claim from your policy. This is what you, the person, are responsible for. So please always make sure that you read that section, because we don't want, when you have to make a claim, in the event you have to make a claim, you are surprised with what you are responsible for. So that amount we call a deductible or an excess, and you are responsible for that. After you would have paid that, then the rest is paid out by the company. We have what we call extensions, and extensions are features that you get on the policy. So we can have acts of God, we have windshield cover, we can have personal accident. Whatever extension is there, whatever extension you would have purchased, whatever extension is allotted to you in the policy, you get a document to read as well. We implore you to please read these documents. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know that we are excited when we get our vehicles and we just want to be on the road. We are excited. I know the feeling. We're just excited, we want to go. But please take a moment and read the documents that you would have signed.
Yes, and to piggyback on what Dorian was saying, I know, like she said, everyone, as soon as you get done with the insurance, you're just happy to be bouncing out the door, able to drive on the road. And as much as we're very thankful and we're very happy to see you with that joy and to see you bouncing out the door, there's a lot more that goes into it as well. So always be mindful of what rules and stipulations that there are. Like she was saying with the extensions and endorsements, the extensions are basically what we can do for you, what your policy can do for you. So when you take a look at those, you can actually see a lot of ways where you're not taking full advantage of the kind of coverage that you have. Especially in these times, a lot of people have this myth that if you file a claim, it's going to affect your policy, it's going to affect your premium, and you're going to be paying sky high rates, which is not true at all. When you have the right extensions, when you explore the documents, you see that the policy is actually working with you. The purpose of insurance is making sure that you're safe in the event of a loss. So we have extensions that protect you in those instances, and it's always good to be mindful of what advantage you can take of that policy. With those as well, we also give out to our customers a policy booklet, and the booklet is probably one of the most useful tools that you can have. It starts off with a glossary as well. A lot of people don't understand the insurance jargon and the other big words that you might not be familiar with. So we actually give you a list of those words and the definitions so that you have the knowledge that you need to understand what you're signing up for. So that booklet not only gives you those definitions, it tells you what your policy covers, it tells you what is excluded by the policy, and it tells you what your responsibilities are. So with that, you know what exactly it is. Like when there's a loss, a lot of people, with that fear, they don't want to file a claim, But when you read through that booklet, you actually see you should file a claim and you will benefit from filing a claim rather than being at a loss. So we want to remind people again that it's very important to be vigilant and to keep yourself informed and have that knowledge so you can get the best out of your policy.
Okay. Are you at liberty to let the listening and watching public know what are some of the extensions or endorsements?
Yes, we are. So for your extensions, I would have mentioned some previously. You have the Act of God cover. You have windshield coverage. There's riot and strike. We have personal accident coverage, and there's also a no claims discount protection. And that comes both ways. You can have it in your policy, or you can pay extra for it. You pay extra, that means you're securing whatever discount that you have on that policy. And to get your discount, that means you have no claims. So every year that you don't have any accidents or incidences, you gain a discount. So your premium goes down every year until you get to the maximum discount. And then it stays that way depending if you're comprehensive or third party.
Okay. I was looking to hear that we get back a little cash, but yeah, I guess we just get the discount, and we are
Yes,
grateful for that
you
as
get
well.
your discount, yes.
All right.
Yes, so also in the booklet as well, what information that's in there, we also give advice to our customers in the event of a loss. There's a lot of times where, we live in a world, not everyone is not as honest as they should be. So we also give some advice to you to what to look out for, what kind of things might be fraudulent, what kind of things might be exaggerated by persons. So we give you advice on how to navigate those situations. So it's a lot of knowledge that everyone should have as an adult going through life. You should have this knowledge and protect yourself as best as you can. So our main thing is just making sure that you're protected and you have the knowledge and equipment to be the best you that you can be.
Okay. And I know with the with deductibles, that's something even I sometimes struggle to understand. What is the easiest way you can explain it to our audience this morning?
The easiest way I can explain it is that it's when there is a loss and your loss is covered by the insurance company, we will do our best to put you back into the situation, put you back as best as we can to where you were before that loss happened. So in us trying to put you back there, we also need your help as well. So the deductible is the part that you're helping us with, and we're taking care of everything else. So at the start, when you're setting up your policy, you make an agreement on what deductible is best for you and what deductible you can handle. And then at the time of a loss, then this is what you do to help us help you.
Okay, and to piggyback on what he's saying, to make it simpler, that is the money that you will be responsible to pay.
Yeah, so
that is your portion. And
so if I come in and say I can only pay 1,000.
So while we're having the discussion, we will let you know what the deductible is.
Okay.
Right, so while we're having the discussion during the proposal phase, while we're speaking to you, that is when the deductible is given to you.
So it depends on the amount of the policy I'm taking?
So it depends on you, the individual.
Oh, so not the amount of the policy?
Right, no.
Oh.
No. So it is not a premium. There's a difference. The premium, right, so the premium is what you pay on an annual basis.
Yeah.
So we invite you for renewal every year. This is what you will pay. But if you have to make a claim, and the deductible only comes into play if you make a claim. If you never make a claim, you never have to pay the deductible.
Okay.
Right, but once you make that claim, that is the amount that you signed for. That is what you, the individual, will be responsible for, and then the company will pay the rest.
Give you the rest, yeah. Okay, got it. You wanted to see something else, Mr. George?
No, Dorian explained it perfectly.
Yeah, okay, all right. Were you smiling for anything to add, sir? You don't have a mic today, you know? So do we have anything else to add to the discussion?
Well,
all right, so let's take. Okay, all right, we lost that caller. Okay, caller, go ahead for the insurance. Can I call you folks agents?
Yes.
For the insurance agents at TDC?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The funny thing is, it appears as if you're insured for everything other than what happened. When something happened, you find out you was not insured for that. I notice you're ducking from the deductible. Most deductibles speak to if an accident occurs and it damages about $1,000. Your deductible might be $1,000. Your deductible might be $500. So sometimes it doesn't have worth it to claim the insurance because of the fact that your deductible might be what? Might be far less than what the damage is. So let people not playing that the deductible is something that is in the contract and in the agreement. And the funny thing is, insurance are protected by law. You're not even insured for your engine. You're just insured for the body of the car. If something happened to somebody, a pedestrian or somebody else's property. But it's what it is. Legally, you could do people whatever you feel like.
Yes, sir. I understand your concern, and many people share that concern as well.
You know. Not that you understand, you know.
Yes, I know what the concern is, and many people share your concerns as well. Like I was saying earlier, the deductible, what it is, when you do file a claim, it's the part that you help us with. So let's say, for example, you get into a situation where...
Why should I help you who's supposed to be paid to represent me as my insurer? I take you to insure. As soon as something happens, you find that I got to pay to help you. I've been paying all the time. That don't make no sense. And you know that. The kind of deductible sometimes that people have is crazy.
Yeah, so the insurance it's work. So we're working together with you. We're not... When something happens, the full responsibility isn't on you. We're taking part of the responsibility on ourselves as well. So we're helping you and you're helping us. That's the way we try to do it.
But that's why you're being paid for. That's why someone take an insurance. You take an insurance
and
because
sir,
you expect that the insurance will be there in time of need. But the thing is that you come out and tell me that I'll be helping you. How could I help you? I can't help you. I need help.
Okay, and
I've been paying you all these years, and all of a sudden you find that something happened. You need help, and then it becomes the big deductible.
Okay.
And then you say, oh, if you don't have the first $5,000, we can't go forward. So you have to pay us $5,000 before you consider the rest of the bill. But I listen in our fear. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you too, caller.
Thank you, caller.
And just to let you know, with every insurance, matters not if it's auto, property, health, all insurance has deductibles. All insurance. So the deductibles is not something new, and it is just us bringing it to light for persons to understand that the deductibles or excess, whichever word is easier for you to understand, it is there. And you have a portion to play, we have a portion to play. And you are correct in what you say. If your deductible is $500 and your damage is only $450, then yes, you can pay out of pocket. But we also encourage you to inform the insurance.
Yeah.
We also encourage you to inform the insurance if something happens to your vehicle. Whether you're making a claim or not, it's for us to know that something did happen, and in the event that we can assist, we will.
And to piggyback on that as well again, when you're letting us know what's going on, our main focus is assisting you. So whether you're filing a claim or not and you're handling it yourself, there are actually other aspects of the process that you may benefit from. So you may think that you're just going to pay this out of pocket and be done with the drama, but there are actually other things that you can protect, ways that you can protect yourself and ways that you can benefit just by letting us know and letting us advise you on how best to proceed. So again, with this myth that filing a claim is going to increase your premium, that doesn't happen. If you're handling it by yourself, there's no need for us to make any notes or anything that's going to affect your policy. We're just gonna give you advice. We're here to assist you as you go along.
All right, so this is where we'll wrap it up for today. I hope our listening and viewing audience got the information that they need, and we thank the caller for your comments and concern. And I know Mistress Gibson and Mr. George did their best to answer your questions. So thank you so much for coming in, and we look forward to many more insurance conversations with you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Our
And
pleasure.
Before we leave, one last thing, please. Review your policy. You have any questions? We're open to answering. We're open from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can contact us at 465-2648. And any of our agents will be happy to assist you.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us. If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, we're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us. If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, we're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Don't throw those bottles away. Turn them into money today. Vitamalt bottles equal cash in your pocket. It's super easy. Just take those empty Vitamalt bottles to any Cara Brewery distribution truck or any drinks depot in St. Kitts and Nevis. We're keeping our beautiful Twin Island paradise clean. Vitamalt bottles equal cash back. Keep it clean. Keep it green. Vitamalt bottle returns. Your bottles, your cash, your island.
And we're back on Island G, just about 38 minutes after the hour of 9. And I want to send out condolences to the family and friends, teammates, and the entire football community on the passing of Mr. Shervin King of Rams Village Superstars. They said Shervin's passion for the game and commitment to his club will always be remembered. His loss is deeply felt throughout the football fraternity, and we mourn alongside all those whose lives he touched. During this difficult time, our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones and the Rams Village Superstars family. May they find strength, comfort, and peace in the memories shared with him. So on behalf of the entire Island T team and the Win FM family, we would like to extend condolences. This is like, what's going on with this month, man?
I haven't a clue at all, Gil Cartage.
Oh boy. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
I don't know. We've had so many deaths, funeral, and the same time we have a big death.
Wow.
In Dennis yesterday, God.
Yeah, as I was saying, you had the commentary yesterday.
Again, condolences to his family and friends.
Yes, indeed.
And to the ZIZ family, because he was doing Radio Market every Saturday with Jazzy and Wango.
Okay.
From 11 to 12.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, Mr. McMahon?
Fine. I just wanted to compliment John on his advocacy. Unfortunately, he's one of a very small, select group of people who pays attention to details when it comes to the development on the island. Okay, as he pointed out, unfortunately, a lot of the authoritative figures, people, the movers and shakers, so to speak, they are not experts in the field. The way he put it was that, well, they're not really CEOs, they're not trained to be CEOs. You know, they're expert in other professions, in select professions, but they may not be germane to the development of the island. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though they do listen to the experts, right? They seem more like they fall prey to any developer or investor who come with some half-baked scheme or some harebrained scheme, and they fall for it. Okay, unfortunately, right? I think if they'd listen more to the technocrats and the experts, they wouldn't do a lot of this stuff that they do, which then come back to haunt us. Okay, and I refer, for instance, to what's being done with our beaches. Okay, this creep up thing where we could easily end up like what's happening in Jamaica, right? And they seem oblivious to that. They don't seem to care, right? And the thing is, they then come and sell the unsuspecting citizens. Don't think we're sophisticated enough to see through these things, and they just come and sell us, well, you're going to get this lot of jobs, etc., 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 and we fall for it. Okay, I think we got to be more discerning than that, more circumspect. Look at what has happened to our neighbors and don't repeat the same mistakes. Right? I take, for instance, I remember some time ago, I think it was Lindsey Grant, when he was tourism minister. He may have made a suggestion as to the cap of the number of cruise tourists. So I think it was 1.5 million. And he was taken to task for that, if I recall correctly. But it is something that we should be considering, because the more tourists we have, the more our environment, our facilities and so on are going to be degraded. And so there should be an optimum level of visitor arrivals, for instance, that we should be able to accommodate, okay, easily. What we should more be doing, I think, is making sure that the ones that come now, for one, more come off the ship, okay, and spend increases.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the way to do that, for instance, is, well, one of the things that the other islands have over us, or some of the other islands have over us, is they have so-called better beaches. By better beaches, it's the idyllic picture postcard view of white sand beach, with palm trees, etc., that you can go and take a photo of and show off to your friends and relatives and so on.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have one of those, if you look at it. We do have some decent beaches, which we don't take care of, okay? But it would be nice to have a total range from the black sand to white sand. And we don't have a real white sand beach, but we can have one if it's developed. And then the best way to develop it is to kill, to me, is to kill two birds with one stone. Protect the harbor, the Bay Road, okay, from heavy swells, using breakwaters and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then to bring in sand and have a nice white sand beach there. So as soon as the cruise ships come in, they see that idyllic picture that make them want to come on, because you, as you pointed out, or as John pointed out,
mm-hmm.
the people they're selling cruises. They want you to stay on the
ship, yeah,
and make use of their facilities, and they have a lot of facilities on the cruise ship. Okay, you don't have to come off. Plus, a lot of people, a lot of travelers would go by budget. It's like a cruise, because it's one of the cheapest ways to travel. When you buy a cruise and don't have to worry about your food, your food, then it makes things easier. You don't have to worry about buying tours and those kinds of things. You can explore yourself. It's a cheap way to travel, okay? And but if you get people off the ship, okay, they cannot duplicate. The cruise ships can't duplicate a Brimstone Hill experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right, or a Caribel Batik experience, or Black Rocks, or those kinds of things we should make sure are in tip-top shape and well developed, so that they give people an impetus. After, of course, they see the nice idyllic picture of the Bay Road, not what it is now. I
mm-hmm.
disagree that when you come in on cruise ship, you're impressed with the Bay Road, with our Bay Roads. They need some work, okay. But that is the way I think we should encourage. We should encourage people off the ship, not so much get more and more and more, and become overcrowded, and everywhere you go, tourists knocking you down. But get more of them off the ship, prepared to spend some money, and make the best, I think, of what we have. And I agree with him totally about the home porting.
Yeah.
There are examples. I think Antigua has some, Barbados, as you mentioned. It would be good to see the experience in it, okay, because as John said, it might not be, I understand that they have to sell it, yes, to local people as something good, and of course as a feather in the cap, but you also have to look at what really and truly, as John puts it, truth. Exactly what are we getting into, how we can benefit most from it. So those are things, I think, which really should be well thought through. And unfortunately, like I said, I often get the impression that powers that be do not listen to the experts, to be quite honest. They listen to, they're easily sold on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's unfortunate.
But when I look at it, right, we being the employer and they being our employees, we don't really do a good job at seeing if they have the skills, We just figure it's a lawyer or a doctor, and they can do it. They talk a nice talk. They're looking like they can walk the walk, and we just put them there.
Well, and that's true. But even more important than that, I don't think once they get in, they feel that that's the relationship, They feel that we are the employer.
They know the boss. Yeah.
Yeah, they know the boss. And
they forget about us. Because
Right.
my company won't employ me if I don't have maths and English and I am suited for the position. But we still give them a chance, and yeah.
And in a sense, okay, well, we always fall for people who can speak well.
Charisma.
That's the thing with Caribbean people. You know, somebody has the gift of the gab and they can run circles around us, unfortunately. Okay? But that in itself doesn't mean that you'd make a good minister, prime minister, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There are other things that need to come into play.
Yeah.
One of the main things that I think need to come into play is your ability to persuade people. Well, first of all, to have a good vision, right? You must have some competence, have a good vision,
Mm-hmm.
some competence in executing it, and the persuading people to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I don't think they concentrate on. They just feel like well, we've been elected, we can do as we like, and that's it, right? That I don't think is good enough. So I agree with John, how he ended, that we have to pay real close attention to how we vote this time around.
Yes.
Okay, and vet the candidate, see their record, look at their record, look at how they've behaved in office, were they arrogant and dismissive and all of that,
Yes.
or were they genuinely listening to the people? Did they come around in between when you elected them, they came around last time, or this is the first or second time you've seen them since they got elected? Those kinds of things, I think, are going to be very important this time around, and I do hope that people use their vote wisely.
All right. Thank you so much for your comments. We appreciate them greatly. They're always good points.
One point of contents here. I play whatever costs for a cruise. It goes to a country that I've perhaps never been or been there a few times. Would I really want to just stay on the ship and fast there? Or would I want to come and at least go to one important site? So I could say, well,
It
yes, I've been
depends.
to St. Kitts and...
Some people just touch, go in the area close to the cruise ship and go back. And they save that one particular sightseeing thing for that one particular island. So instead of going, because my idea of going from island to island is to see what important, as you said, important things the island have, not just to go buy a magnet or a keychain and go back on board. But sometimes we have to look at people's pocket because they coop them cruises for time in infinity.
years.
Yeah, and they afford it now, so all they can do is just come off and go back on because they already paid, meal included, they already pay for it, so they're going back and eat on the ship.
And
Go and enjoy the amenities.
And I think most times in the capital or where the ships dock, there must be some area of worth, some historic place, a statue or something that they could go and at least take a picture and say, hey, this is me in Independence Square in St. Kitts, or by the Berkeley Memorial.
Or by the Christina Memorial back there. Somebody should
something
be
like
there to always inform tourists when they're in that area. Because they'll see it and they'll wonder, what is this? They'll literally have to go and read. So I think somebody should be there. And the next thing we need to get up and running is our museum. So it's right there. People that are interested in museums can come off and go and see what we had to offer, see where we came from on to now. You may have to deal with that one if you want to.
Cartensia, we have a call. We have to really put it at 30 seconds because we'll have to wrap up. So I admonish the caller, please, 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to be quick. On a quick note, based on what Mr. McMahon just ended on, last night Patrick had a topic titled, Politics has no permanent friend or enemies, only permanent interest. And he seems to be suggesting, from what I listen, a unity government again. So I know time is limited, so maybe we could pick up on that on Monday.
No, remember Monday's a holiday, Granny, so Tuesday.
No, on Tuesday.
Tuesday, God's Spirit, yeah.
So everybody have a great weekend and be safe. But that seemed kind of interesting to me. So after saying that.
All right, certainly.
So maybe if you get a chance over the weekend, you listen to the clip, you can bring it to the phone Tuesday.
All right, no problem. We'll do, because we know it's that season time, so we can do that. But this is where we say goodbye for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, for your comments, for your concerns. We hear you. We appreciate you. Without you, Island Tea would not be bubbling hot as it is.
Cortensia, just a reminder that Monday is a public holiday with Monday. We encourage everyone to be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Be patient when you're driving. Otherwise, you may become a patient and you have to drive to arrive alive. And please be careful. Be aware of the traffic all around you and also pedestrians on the side of the road and darting from behind vehicles, especially little children.
Yeah.
Nice having you back here today, Cortensia. And hope everybody have fun.
Yes.
And being validated Juve morning is tomorrow morning, I think, and then the parade day.
Mhm.
And we have Masters cricket in Nevis, Leeward Islands Masters Championship. It starts today, actually. Games are 10 o'clock in the morning and 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay.
So you should probably go over to Nevis and enjoy some Leeward Islands Masters cricket, Cortensia.
I know if I get that do, but let's see. Let's pray and hope.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, so you have a good Friday and stay tuned. Heritage Matters is up next.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.